Good evening, everyone. While I was sitting here doing my readings, seeing everything that's going on so that I could send out karma and correct the correctables. People fail to realize that only the 1% will understand that as the chosen ones to really reach full ascension. Candles aren't meant to be burned for playtime or burned for summonings. Candles are meant to be burned as a way to give thanks and honor for the ancestors and your spirit guides. See, people fail to realize that if you're still questioning why you are going through the things you're going through without and not thinking that, okay, I'm going through these things because it's lessons and blessings in this, and I'm here to help other people and to give insight and directions, and you're questioning that, you're still in the air state. You don't, when you're asking and saying I don't know, when you're doing your readings, or saying I'm not sure, I don't understand why these things are happening. You got to understand, your faith is not in God. Your faith is not in the universe. Your faith is not in your ancestors. Your faith is not in the ethers. Because when and only God can mark your test. So when you saying and doing your readings, saying, but I don't know, you're insinuating that you don't fully understand or fully grasp the potentials around being a tarot reader, being a spiritual guru, leader, teacher, student. A lot of people are still in a state of, confusion. They cannot put a mark on something. If you're spiritually gifted. See, that's why I said only the true 1% is the tally that's going to truly reach the highest potentials. Only 9% may have passed their spiritual test, but only 1% will be true alchemists, will be true hierophants, will be true magicians. Because you don't need to burn candles in no ritualistic aspects. If your energy and aura is pure, you can manifest, you could bring insight. See, you don't have to. See, a lot of people feel it's going to get a bunch of herbs, a bunch of spices, a bunch of candles, a bunch of animal blood, a bunch of things to sacrifice. I'm going to tell you about me. I'm not going to harm no animal for no sort of ritual. Not at all. Because that's like me trying to go out and harm somebody else. And I done my work for God in a way. I didn't need to manipulate the energies, the auras, the outcomes, the solutions, the problems. See, people don't understand, to be a true high priestess, to be a true emperor and empress. That's why people want my aura, want my powers, want my abilities, because they know you don't have to do anything. I can speak stuff in existence. I can fax stuff over to the universe. I'm always aware. I'm always surrounded. I can hear people's thoughts, hear people's emotions, feel people's emotions. And it's not feeling for me to do anything to them or try to bully them or scare them or manipulate them or persuade them. It's just natural. And to be natural and organic, like I said, only 1% would truly ascend to the highest degrees. A lot of people are telling other people in their channels or on their channels, saying that everybody is a chosen one. No, they're not. Because they still trying to find insight they still want somebody to tell them truly what's going on. in their life. You know, they looking for confirmation in people that are not even able to confirm their own identities, their own reasonings, their own enlightenment, their own information, their own knowledge, their own wisdom, their own intellect when it comes to spirituality. So when people are in the comment sections and trying to, dissect, how they said, take what you need and leave the rest. Why would you leave the rest? Why won't you pick up those things and try to help somebody else? Why would you leave something when down the road and when growth is part of the ascension that you're going to need as an ingredient to help you move forward, help you stand strong, help you be courageous? It's too many people on social media and throughout the world that are only trying to gain money, gain something that is not going to bring awareness. It's like being greedy. You got enough to share, but you still in a I don't know sort of way. Now, you can be you can stand strong on your nose when you know you've done what you're supposed to do, and you see that people are manipulating you just to get things from you and just want to be around you because you have something. Yes, you could put your foot down and say, you know what, I share with you enough. So let me save this for somebody else that I haven't helped, that I haven't shown true shown anything for. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That don't mean you don't put water and food out for the horses. You make sure it's out, but if they don't want to take and appreciate the ins and the outs, the ups and the downs, you have to remove that and place it somewhere else so that things will be aligned. People will be able to understand and be aware of why respect is very important, why appreciation and gratitude is important. So when people trying to say they don't know, they're not sure why things are going on, they don't have faith. Because I know when I say stuff and when I do things, I'm sure, because I know that if the messages are coming from God and the divine and my ancestors, and I'm truly getting the message, I'm sure. The proof is I received the message from where I was supposed to receive the message. That's why a lot of people only put certain information out. See, if you're a truth speaker, you'll put all the information out. See, I like to have conversations with everyone I meet. See what their insights, see where they're at. Even though I can read your mind, but I want you to understand, maybe all this information don't apply to you at this moment, but you may know somebody else that can use the rest of that information, and y'all can help each other grow together. That's where communication comes in. That's where a true connection comes in. That is a true Two of Cups. A lot of people, they need to just be honest and just say, understand to be part of 144,000. Like I said, previous videos, only 9% have passed their test, but only the true 1% will be able to use their gifts without having to manipulate things, having to feed people what they want to feed people, and give people insight on what they want to give people insight on. It's like the secret formula. People acting like Mr. Krabs off of SpongeBob. Knowing that, okay, you scared that if somebody get this secret recipe, you won't be able to still be able to stand on business, be able to stand on truly your purpose. I believe that everybody should be able to have the truth. Whether the truth apply to them right then and there, the truth is there. Think of the truth as a bowl of water and some food, nourishment. Whether or not you want to nourish yourself right then or wait till you get too sick and need to go nourish yourself. Long as you have the insight and enlightenment and place it right there and not take what applies to you and leave the rest. Especially when the stories of the readings are so vain and just so empty, where people are so confused. The only thing they get out of it is that sound like my boyfriend and my girlfriend relationship. That sound like something somebody told me in a situation I had one time. They're not truly getting the message. They're not truly grasping the meanings of what you're saying. Because if they were, they wouldn't have to take out a sentence out of a whole story. Especially when it's videos that's 30 minutes and up. If you're not able to get all the insight and the information to where it can reach all your subscribers or all your listeners, they should be able to take more than just one sentence from the reading. You need to make sure that when you do your readings, use your spiritual tools and your gifts. That's why a lot of people burn candles to try to bring tune and tweak their hearing and their abilities to read things. But if you're, like I said, if you're a true alchemist, if you're a true hierophant, if you're a true magician, you'll be able to speak. It won't be just, like I said, taking one sentence out of something and just be like, okay, I just wasted my time. It's like I really didn't get anything for where I need to go and why I came to this point. And it's to the point where a lot of people just need to go pay for a real reading sit before true spiritual practitioners. You're going to need to go get your money worth if you truly want to know what's going on. Because that one sentence is not going to help you. That one obstacle you trying to figure out, but you going listening to so many different things trying to figure out if this the answer, is that the key, is this a solution to my problems. If you truly want to know what's going on, go get a professional reading sitting before someone. Because you could get a reading from somebody through an email, and I'm speaking through personal experience before I started my true spiritual journey. You're not going to get no guidance that you need. You're not. You're going to get a bunch of, especially a lot of people do spell work on their readings and before they do their readings, especially when people write on cards. They do spell work, to try to make it sound like it's a movement and it's going to sway people to want to listen and to want to, it's going to sway people and grind their gears. So if you want a professional reading, go sit before someone and get the information that you need to get the information. Because some people going to give you certain information that they feel they want to give you, especially when the auras and the energies are strong. A lot of people don't want to feel that strength, that strong energy, because they're not balanced. See, a lot of people only searching for the light. So if you truly heal your shadow side and do the shadow work, you got to understand why your darkness is also important. The lessons is in the darkness, in the dark. The blessings is in the light. So you have to be able to establish all those energies and not do spell work to manipulate the energies and the ores before you touch on a reading. And you're not even going into truly the importance of why you're giving this person a reading. It's more than just your date of birth and where your placements of your constellations. It's more than that. Because all our placements is part of the constellations. And you have to understand when you speak for people, you got to understand that the masses, you want to be able to reach the masses. When Jesus spoke to his disciples, he had 12 disciples, 13 including him, but he went towards 5,000. He always went towards big groups and made sure that it touched, it left an impact, a positive impact. They didn't leave trying to figure out why did I listen to this. They didn't leave with confusion. They didn't leave with conflict. They left with a connection that helped them work towards communication. So be insightful and make sure that stop burning candles just to burn candles to manipulate. Candles are only supposed to be burned as a way to give thanks. You don't need to perform any summonings and any sort of things to scrutinize or manipulate the energies. Like I said, there's balance, yin and yang. If you know your aura is pure, you can understand the dark energy, and you can appreciate both energies, light and dark, and be able to be fulfilled and be fueled. That's true purity. That's why light and dark is important. But you got to leave out that manipulation. You got to leave out all that belligerency, all that fear. If you have true faith in God, your ancestors in the divine, you don't fear nothing. You don't fear darkness. You don't fear the shadows of death. A lot of people don't want to touch on things that's really dark and really like harmful things that they remember. A lot of people stay away from things that they went through that they still have flashbacks from. But if your faith is prominent and you truly believe in God and you know that God will direct your steps, and you're not only on your healing journey, but that journey is for you and the masses. That information, that guidance that you're giving and that you're seeking with the divine. That no matter what energy you touch on, no matter what topics you touch on, what discussions you touch on, what problems you touch on, what solutions you touch on, you will know that God will guide your steps. You won't have fear of talking about the most sinister things because you have an understanding. The message is not always going to be pleasing to people, but that's why you got to understand the bittersweet. You got to understand the sweet and the sour, the good and the bad. Everything is not going to be sugar and honey. You got to understand that work goes into making the sweetness, taking away all the bitter, taking away the pain and the trajectory. You went through all these spells and death magic and manipulations that help you get to the point where you're at on your healing journey. Why not speak truly on those obstacles and barriers instead of saying, I don't want to touch on this topic. This is too much. No, it's not too much, because if God gave you that enlightenment, that insight for you to speak on something, you shouldn't even speak it out your mouth and say, I don't want to talk about this subject. I'm not going to touch on that. Why did you even say I'm not going to touch on that? Because that's too much. Stop questioning God and the reasons why he gave you the wisdom and the sight and the information and enlightenment that you need. If your faith is as strong as you say your faith is, and if you truly chosen, you won't question God. You won't say, I don't know why I'm getting this message. I don't understand why God is giving me this message. Don't question God, because when you question God, you saying to God, you know what? God, I'm not sure that you even know what you're talking about. You just say thank you. Always be grateful. And then you will understand the importance of ascension. Having to balance your energies won't be hard. You'll know that everything that God does for you, whether it's struggles, whether it's hard times, you will understand it's there to help you not only ascend, but to be not only the student but the teacher. Be somebody in a leadership position. But when you going around questioning your God, you questioning your intuition, and you questioning the abilities that God has given you. So stop it. If your faith is as prominent as you say it is, and you believe that you're part of the 144,000, stop questioning the reasons why God gave you a message. Because God gave you that message because you needed that message. You need to speak on what God had gave you, and stop trying to make it seem like God is giving you too much to comprehend. Because as a spiritual teacher, you have to be able to comprehend. You have to be able to appreciate even the treacherous roads and the treacherous journeys that you may succumb to. But knowing that you may fall, but knowing that God will uplift you. God will pick you up. But you got to truly believe that, not only on a physical scale, but on a mental, emotional, and spiritual scale. So thank you.